Alright, get it in here. Morris the Crochet Master is my name, and I go by the names of Morris the Crochet Master on Instagram, so you can go and follow me up. Yes, today we're going to see on how to do the African knotless threading, and we have been doing this for a couple of times. And those ones, if it's your first time to be on my channel, the only thing you can do, try to combine the three videos. Trust me, you will learn on how to do the African knotless threading. So I realized to use this kind of method because we all know that knotless is protective, and sometimes people fear plaiting threads, thinking that is painful. But when you do it in this method, trust me, you will like it. You will like it. It's very protective. So today's case, I would like to inform you some of those things that you're not supposed to do when it comes to the African knotless threading. And I would like you to give me your ear because it is very sensitive. You know, sometimes we look at the videos and we just skip, but it is not always good because there are those words that you will need to listen. Yes, there are those words that you need to listen, and they guide you in what you're doing. And I always tell you that whenever you're trying to, when you see something like this, please try to do practice there and then, because practice is the one that makes you perfect. So we should always mind about doing practices, because yes, just looking at something and you be like, yes, I know it, and you don't practice it, trust me, you won't get it. So if it is your first time, please, and I would like to say that you can still click on that red button and ring the bell, because I'll be uploading videos every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you know what I'm meaning. If we are to learn, those are the things that we also need. So if you click on that red button and ring the bell, you'll be the first person to watch all those videos. So let's do this together and see how we're going to do. First thing, if I talk about the African knotless threading, when you're going to do it, remember we have to be having the gel and our threading. So if we are to do it, there's some things that you're supposed to be very careful with. Number one, you're supposed to count your threads. Yes, when you count them, make sure that they don't exceed if you have chosen to use like 25 or 20, yes, let them be 20. But there is some trick on how to add them, because when you keep on doing the 20 up to the end, this is how, let me first show you how we do it. It's just like this. You first plait the hair only, and the only trick here, what I would say, that if you reach on the hair when the hair has got a lot of volume, so like this one is straight, you see the way I'm adding, and the volume is not that big, so here it is easy. But let's say that you're plaiting the natural hair, you find that the hair has got that bigger volume. So when you're trying to add, let's say you're not supposed to count 20 threads again. They should be like 15, or yeah, they should be like 15, because you first plait your hair only, then you start adding. You understand what I'm saying? So that one helps in that it helps these threadings not to be a lot on the head. You know, at times I always tell you that it is not always good to overpack Yes, because at times when we overpack, we find our hairline in front, especially on the sides, it is breaking. So we shouldn't overpack. You just have to keep. That's why you're seeing my boxes in front. They're somehow small, but when you reach behind, they're a little bit bigger. So that one helped me because I know it is behind. So there are those two lines that I make that they're somehow big, so that they create that space for not overpacking. And when I reach in front, like at the center, I make the same size, so that these ones that I've done, they're covering the other ones. But if I do the same size, like from the front, like the ones I'm doing in front, that means I'm going to overpack the threads. And when I overpack it, that means it's going to be heavy. And when it's heavy, that is why it causes it may lead to the blockage of the hairline. You know what I'm trying to say. This one comes whenever when you're trying to style it, or maybe when you're trying to hold a puff. Remember, if something is very heavy, it makes you uncomfortable. So when you're trying to hold it, it becomes very heavy and uncomfortable, and you find you're stretching the hairlines in front. You're stretching the hairline, so that won't be good at all. So please always make sure not to overpack, and trust me, it is going to help you and will make your hair to grow very healthy. So let's keep on learning all those tricks when it comes to African knotless threading. Trust me, don't overpack it. So that one comes to when when you know the threads that you're supposed to use. So like here, another thing, if you try to plait, are you seeing the way I'm trying to make the threads like not very tight. I'm plaiting it in that extended way, not making it tight. Why I'm doing this is to make it flexible. And another thing, let's say I had done it, I had used a little, few threads, but the way I'm plaiting, I plait it this way so that it can create its own volume. So that means if you use like 30 threads and you're trying to make your braid look this big, for me, I might use 20, and I make it look big in the plaiting. So you should also mind that. Yes, it's not all about, you're not supposed to make it very tight when you're plaiting, because it will become hard, not this flexible. So those are the things that you should always be very careful when it comes to threading. So for now, I would like to say that please, those ones who have been following me, we are going to go in another session of learning on how to do the inside cornrows, because I know some people would like to learn that. And remember, I told you that it is very nice and important. So you should catch up with me in my next video so that you also learn about those ones. My name is Maurice, the Project Master, and for now I sign out. Let me see you in my next video. Bye bye.